cigarettes, right? I want you to know that there's always a choice, and what happens to you, you can either see the positive side or the negative side, right? There's nothing good about pain. There is nothing good about brokenness. But I've seen miracles. I've seen hope break through the clouds. First of all, let me tell you a funny story about not seeing the full picture. One day I was in the car. I'm in the front seat. I'm not driving, of course. But I'm in the front seat, and we're at the traffic lights, and there's this car that comes up next to us. And this girl's looking at me. So I'm looking at her. She's looking at me, I'm looking at her, she's looking at me, I'm looking at her. And all she sees is my head from the side. Now imagine all you see is my head from the side. So I get the seatbelt in my mouth and I loosen it like this so then I can freely move. Now she's looking at me, why are you eating your seatbelt? So I'm thinking, oh, this is gonna be so good. So imagine all you see is my head, I just did this. And she thought my head did a 360-degree spin. And she's like, so good. I take my humor a little bit too far sometimes. As Adam has said, I've actually traveled 57 countries. I've done 3 million miles in the air. I've been up in the air at 30,000 feet for 6.5 months of my life. Before I met my wife, I was on a plane every third day. And when you're on a plane every third day, you come up with some funny, crazy ideas, like getting your friends to put you in the overhead compartment. I want to freak people out as they come up. And then, no joke, from DFW to LAX about 2-3 years ago, we actually dressed me up as a pilot. If you don't believe me, it's on YouTube, okay? I had my hat on, my jacket on, and I had my little badge on, and I'm sitting on the floor right next to the plane as they're coming down the jetway. They're half asleep, it's 6 o'clock in the morning, no one's really talking to anybody, and then they see me. I say, good morning, they're like, what? It's like, my name's Captain Nick Vujicic, thank you for flying with us, thank you for your trust, we're actually trying some new technology today. Like, no way! Everyone was freaking out a little bit, and I walked on the plane like this, just on the floor, and you look down the aisle, and everyone's like... I got the microphone, and I said, good morning, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for boarding so fast, and they're like, oh my gosh! When I told them that I was joking, the parents were relieved, but the children were disappointed. I'm 33 years old, and I had no idea that I would ever be one day a speaker to talk about a topic called hope. That word hope is the most powerful word you'll ever be able to say out of your mouth. What hope is everything. For me, when I have a father who has stage 4 pancreatic cancer at age 61, and 5 months ago he was told by his doctors that he has 8 weeks to live. When you believe in a life after death, and you believe in an eternal life where there is no more pain, no sickness, no disease, no powers and principalities of darkness, and when you actually believe in that kind of hope, you really become, to me, unstoppable, because not even death can hold you back. But some of us, we're not even close to our last breath, yet some of us are breathing, yet we don't feel alive. And a life without meaning is a life without hope. There has to be purpose. There has to be something that's bigger than meets the eye. I want to ask you, what is your purpose? Have you found something yet to die for? Have you found something yet to live for? Some people believe that you can just be a good person and good things will happen. No, bad things happen to everyone. Who are you and what do you want? Those are my 2 questions for you today. Who are you and what do you want?